Hi, I'm Pam Fox at pamfox.org, and today I'm streaming live on YouTube into the Plantar Reflux Facebook group. Plantar Reflux is a cookbook that I wrote that's got all plant-based recipes that eliminate common triggers for reflux. But this week I thought what I would do is get back into smoothies a little bit. In the Plantar Reflux cookbook, I have a couple of smoothies in there that are considered safe for people with reflux. At least they're ideally safe. Um, there's no one diet that's safe for all people with reflux. You have to kind of figure out what you can and can't eat. But I was actually looking, I was talking about this last week. This is my cookbook that came with my Vitamix that I bought in 1999. So it's over 20 years old. It's still going strong. I'm not sponsored by Vitamix, but it's one of my all-time favorite products that I've ever purchased in my entire life. Obviously, it's lasted a long time. It's a high-powered blender, and I've tried many other popular blenders on the market. I haven't bought them personally because I've had this one for so long, but I've tried them in other people's homes or while I'm traveling. And this is definitely my favorite blender because it is a high-powered blender. Now, can you make these smoothies with another blender? Yeah, you can. In fact, you can probably make them just fine with another blender. But a lot of the things that the Vitamix can do, a regular blender can't do. That being said, a lot of these smoothies you can do perfectly fine with any blender. But what I thought I would do this week is do a 7-day challenge, sharing with you my all-time favorite smoothies. So this is how I got started with smoothies back in 1999. And there's a lot of recipes in here on how to use the Vitamix, but there's a whole section just for smoothies. And this is kind of how I got started, just trying out these different recipes, figuring out what I liked and what I didn't like. And of course, these recipes are not plant-based, and I wasn't vegan at the time. So I've just really kind of played around with these recipes over the years, and I've come up with what are my all-time favorite go-to recipes. I have probably 3 or 4 that are my go-tos, but I have probably 6 or 7 that are my all-time favorites. Some of them are more of a treat, like my tropical pina colada smoothie is more of a treat that I don't have all the time because I don't always have those ingredients on hand. But today I have all the ingredients on hand to make all 7 of my favorite smoothies. So the idea is I'm going to come in here every morning to have my after workout smoothie, and I'm going to share it with you. I'm going to make it right here with the Vitamix, and hopefully you can either take this challenge with me, or maybe it'll inspire you to make more smoothies, or to make smoothies, or maybe even to buy a high-powered blender or even a Vitamix, which they are spendy. In my opinion, they're worth it if you can afford the investment in your health. I'm also going to be talking this week about, I've got a couple of different topics in mind. I'm going to talk about, you might be wondering why smoothies. Like, what's the deal? If you've never got into smoothies and you wonder like why people are so, like why they do smoothies, why do people like smoothies? Well, there's really several reasons besides just the fact that I like them. There's smoothies for weight loss. There's smoothies for weight gain. I'm going to talk about both of those. A lot of people that follow me in my Plantar Reflux group have reflux, and therefore there's a lot of foods that they can't eat, and they have a difficult time maintaining their weight or putting on weight. So we're going to talk about smoothies for weight gain and smoothies for weight loss. Not all today, but throughout the week. We're going to talk about smoothies for healing, smoothies for vitamin deficiencies, and smoothies for digestive disorders like reflux and others, and why smoothies can be such a great therapy to try in terms of, helping you make some gains and having some benefit and having some success in some of these areas of your life. Now, for me, like I said, I bought this in 1999. We are going to make a smoothie here in a minute. I bought this in 1999. I didn't become vegan until 2014, and that's when I was finally successful with weight loss, which we're going to talk more about tomorrow. And that's when I was finally successful with regaining my strength, healing from a variety of illnesses. And it wasn't just because I was doing smoothies. It was because I completely changed my diet, and I changed some other lifestyle things as well. But I continue to do smoothies to this day, and the smoothies was a big part of my healing. We're also going to talk this week, I forgot to grab it, but we're going to talk about Dr. John Mcdougall, and I'm going to show you, we're going to talk a little bit about his book, The Starch Solution, which was another big part of my overcoming disease and healing and weight loss. And he's not a big pushy smoother, but he does have pushies. He has, did I say pushy smoother? He's not a big smoothie pusher, but he does have smoothies in his cookbook, in his book, The Starch Solution. I like the starch solution because it's a very, as far as plant-based diets go, it's a very realistic diet, the way he approaches plant-based nutrition. When I originally, and I'm going to talk more about this tomorrow, but when I originally went on a plant-based diet, I did a vegan diet called Raw Till 4, which was really heavy in fruit and heavy in smoothies. And I never felt better. I never had more energy, and I never healed more in my life during that 9-month period. The problem was I was really getting tired of fruit because it was a very fruit heavy. It was raw food all day long, and then a cooked vegan meal for dinner, and it was very fruit heavy. And I was getting tired of fruit, and I love fruit. I absolutely love it. So let's go ahead and put together this smoothie, and I hope you guys will join me this week. I pulled out my Vitamix from the counter here just so you guys could see it. This is the classic Vitamix. Now they have several options when you're buying a Vitamix. One of the newest ones is digital, and it has different programs. If I were to buy a new Vitamix today, which I might, because I'm thinking about, I told my daughter she could have this one, and I will just buy myself a new one, because the new ones have a short, fat pitcher, which would fit under my counter. This one doesn't fit under my counter. So if I could fit that under my counter, that would free up a little space in my tiny kitchen for something else. But if and when I do buy a new one, I will buy the same one, the classic, just because there's no bells and whistles. There's an on and off switch. Oh, it's plugged in. I shouldn't be doing that. Is it plugged in? Why doesn't it is okay. There's an on and off switch, and then there's a variable that turns up the motor to make it, go faster. And then this one just goes puts it into like turbo mode. This switch right here does. So just really, really simple. Before I throw this together, I just want to say, probably besides all the things I just said, the weight loss and the healing, overcoming vitamin deficiency, smoothies are quick. They can be cheap if you're using the right ingredients. They're easy. If you are wanting to get something healthy in you in the morning, trying to get in more greens, trying to get in more vitamins and nutrients in general, you can throw together a smoothie. It takes very little time. You can put it in a jar like this with, I have these. Oh, I just cleaned that out yesterday and I put all there. I have these mason jar accessories where you put this on, you put a ring on it, you stick a straw in it, and you're good to go. You can take it in the car on your way to work or whatever. And so it's just a quick, easy, cheap way to get these nutrients in, and it's delicious if you can come up with a few recipes that you really, really like. So all of my smoothies have bananas in them, and my absolute favorite smoothie is banana and water. That's it. If the bananas are really, really perfectly ripe, I'll make just a banana and water smoothie. Today I'm going to make my orange juice smoothie. It's got bananas, oranges, and carrot juice in it. That's it. Another thing I like to do with my smoothies is keep them really simple, and I like to keep them all one color, because if you start throwing everything under the sun into your smoothie, you're going to end up with a tan smoothie or a brown smoothie or a gray smoothie. And I like to have that vibrant, rich color. So you'll see here in a minute that this smoothie is going to be, it's going to be orange. It's an orange juice smoothie, and it's going to be orange. So I don't have any frozen bananas on hand, but I know I keep saying I'm going to make this smoothie, and I'm talking, but I've got my bananas here. And I just wanted to show you guys, I'll just pull them up here like this. These aren't all going into the smoothie, but I wanted to show you over here, these spotted bananas. I'm going to be chopping those up and putting them into the freezer because they are perfect for smoothies. They're actually a little past ripe. These over here on this side are still green, so they're going to sit here and ripen. They're not ready to go. I really do recommend you use ripe bananas for your smoothies because they're going to help you with digestion, and they're going to help you with digestion because the green ones can be constipating and the ripe ones can help things move along. So these are perfect. They're spotted. There's no more green up here. So this is what I'm going to be using today. But like I said, I put bananas in all my smoothies, and I have a very small kitchen, which means I have a tiny freezer. I used to just I would buy these at the store. I would discount, bring them home, chop them up, put them in a Ziploc bag, and always have frozen bananas on hand for my smoothies because they really make a nice cool creaminess to your smoothie, which I like my smoothie to be, you know, cold. I don't want it to be so ice cold I get a brain freeze, but I like it to be cold, and I like it to be really creamy and not too thick. And that's, you know, everybody's going to be different on their preference, and that's just, you know, over the years I've just kind of figured out what I like. I don't like my smoothies super thick. I don't like them too warm or too cold. You know, I don't like them to be gray and, you know, disgusting looking and have somebody go, "What are you eating?" And I'll be like, "Well, it's got spinach and it's got pine nuts and it's got, you know, Swiss chard and all these things." So I keep it pretty simple. So this is a Cara orange. These are really good right now. They've got that just great color. And I'm just going to throw that whole thing into my Vitamix. So with a regular blender, oranges don't do quite as well. You have to really kind of blend it for a while. Things like greens, like if you're going to put handfuls of greens into your smoothie, which we're not going to do today, but we will be doing that. In my cookbook, Plan I Reflux, that's one of my go-to, probably one of my all-time favorite recipes is my Three's Company smoothie, which has 3 handfuls of mixed greens, 3 bananas, and 3 walnuts in it, and water. So today I just happen to have a variety. I've got Cara oranges. I've got these little guys. The whole thing's just going to go in. So I've got 1 Cara and 2 tangerines. We're going to put in these bananas. I typically like to do about 3 bananas in my smoothie because this is a meal for me. It's not a little beverage. It's not a snack. It's a meal. And I personally, organic bananas where I live are only about 10 or 15 cents more expensive than the non-organic bananas. So that's what I buy. And these are kind of, there's some here that are short and some that are long. If they were really small, I would do 4. If they were really big, I might just do 2. I'm going to do 3 of these. And if you guys have a compost, banana peels are great in your compost. And then I like to also put in my orange juice, I like to put carrot. So I do have a juicer, and it's really quick and easy for me, and it's cheap to juice carrots and make your own carrot juice, which I do quite a bit. If I'm not making an orange juice smoothie, I'm making an orange juice, which also has oranges, carrots, and I put sweet potato in my orange juice, and it's wonderful. But these were on sale yesterday, so I thought, oh, I'm just going to grab that because then I can just very easily pour some carrot juice in there. And I'm just going to put half, and I'm probably going to, since I'm doing a drink your smoothie challenge this week, I'll probably have this same smoothie later on today as a replacement for lunch. We'll see how hungry I am, or maybe with my lunch I might have a smaller one and finish that. So I am going to add a little bit more water to this. Because I like my smoothie on the thin side, I might even add more than that. And because I'm not, because there's no frozen fruit in this particular smoothie, I will add ice because I like it cold. And hang on. I don't always, but I almost always, would you recommend cut ripe bananas into slices and freeze them? Yeah, so what I do is I just take my banana and just break it up with my hands really fast, quick and easy, drop it into a Ziploc bag and put it into the freezer. All my smoothies, I like to put a teaspoon to a tablespoon of some kind of fat, both because it's how I get my essential fatty acids, and it adds a creaminess, a real creaminess. It's like if you're adding in 3 cashews or 3 almonds or 3 pine nuts or 3 Brazil nuts or a tablespoon of these hemp hearts or a tablespoon of chia. It really kind of gives it that, the fat in it gives it that creaminess. So if you guys have your earbuds in, this is going to be loud. I'm warning you now. I usually probably go a little bit thinner than that, but I want to go ahead and show you the beautiful color here. And I'm just going to pour it right into a mason jar. It's a little thick, but that's okay. And I love it when I make just enough to just fill my jar, but I've got extra today, but that's okay. I just put a straw in here and give it a taste, and it is wonderful. If you're wondering about that carrot juice, if you're thinking like, does it taste like carrot juice? I don't even taste the carrots. Like, I taste the banana and the oranges. It tastes like an orange Julius, really. And in fact, we are going to be talking about, like I said, ways for weight maintenance or weight gain. So if you're having trouble putting on weight, smoothies are great because you can add in, 2 or 3 tablespoons of this, or you can add in coconut, or you could add in full fat coconut milk. I do a peanut butter smoothie that I just put a spoonful of peanut butter in, but you could put in, 2 or 3 spoonfuls, and these are ways you could put in avocado. So we'll talk more about that in a couple of days, but so that's it. That's my orange juice smoothie. Gorgeous color, no gray or brown here, and it really, really is delicious. All right, thanks for watching, and I'll see you tomorrow. If I can find the... Usually I have an end stream button here. It's gone.